that he does is called a Gaylord, invented by Mitch Gaylord from the U.S. team. It's essentially like doing a 1.5 flip off a diving board. You go over, and you're going in head first, and you grab the bar as you go by. Wow.
Unfortunately, he didn't get his hands on the bar. He was actually above the grip on his arms.
Salvage the routine. Yeah, salvage the routine, though, pretty much. 9-3, as you saw. Not bad, considering the consequences that he underwent. Li Xiaoshuang, China and floor exercise.
Wait till you see this guy tumble.
Full twisting double back, laid out position. They have so much flair when they work. Everything is fully extended. They show complete amplitude.
Chinese have had so many great tumblers. Li Ning, Olympic champion in '84. Tong Fei, Li Yuezhu, Lo Yun. They have had the best tumblers in the world for the last several years. And as we mentioned earlier, tumbling is really the basis of all gymnastics. So if you're great in floor exercise, you tend to be great on all the other apparatus. Wow!
Finishes with a double layout. Just one step on that landing. Very high degree of difficulty in that routine.
Has to be very happy with it. Li Xiaoshuang. And remember, the Japanese have faltered on high bar, and they are in a battle with the Chinese for the bronze medal. And you have to think the Chinese gained a lot of ground right here. 9-8 the score for Li Xiaoshuang. And China getting right into the thick of it now.
Watch this flared position right after the twist, going into the second somersault. That's what makes it exceptional.
And the scores, as we mentioned, for Li Xiaoshuang, 9-8 in floor exercise. When we come back, the next rotation, the United States will be on the rings, but the battle still between the Chinese and Japan for third.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for the man on your Christmas list? Take this simple quiz. Does someone you know like sports?
Well, the United States now on the rings in this fifth rotation. Jared Hanks for the U.S.
Jared, the leader of the University of Oklahoma NCAA championship team this year. Jared is so talented, and he really is very strong, and you can see he has good control of the rings. His exercise is very clean, but, oh, that's a great move. A Maltese cross. But one thing about Jared's style is he doesn't take any unusual risks on rings. It's a clean exercise, but nothing out of the ordinary. I don't think he'll score that well just because of that. You need to show some originality. This is perhaps the best part of the routine. He shows the move there, the Maltese cross, which is a combination of an iron cross and a planche where your body is parallel to the floor. Then he goes right through to the dismount.
This is a United States team that has been together for quite a period of time. They have, needless to say, gotten very close. Great camaraderie on this team, and the loss of Lance Ringnauld, of course, really hurts them both from an emotional standpoint and from a physical standpoint. Just trying to get it done without a very important link. But even so, remember, this is a team that finished 8th in Stuttgart and certainly will do better than that as we move now to the pommel horse and Li Xiaoshuang.
This sequence is great. Look at the elevation above the horse and the aggressiveness. Once again, the Chinese have superb technique. That's going to score well.
Great routine for Li Xiaoshuang of China. Routinely great, I might add. He's been excellent in just about every event today.
A real trend on the pommel horse is to work across the horse, and notice he's not using the pommels. He's working in the flare, and he's twisting his body back against the direction but he hasn't touched the pommels. It takes tremendous elevation. The pommels are about 5 inches above the leather.
Now, 3 areas that the judges look for: risk, originality, and virtuosity. The Chinese really show all 3. They take big risks on big skills. They have original skills, but everything is so big in terms of amplitude and style, and that's where the virtuosity comes in.
And that translates to a 9-8 for Li Xiaoshuang. Remember, the Chinese creeping ever so close to the Japanese now in the battle for third. They started this 5th rotation just 4/10 of a point behind as a team. Chris Waller now, the United States on rings.
Chris opened with a back kip to a cross and a kip to an L cross. A lot of gymnasts do their strength moves right at the beginning of the routine when they're fresh, and then they do the swing moves. Chris was a bronze medalist in the Goodwill Games last year on the still rings. Giant swing to handstand, that's a requirement. There's that Yamawaki. Little swing in the rings. Oh, and he does a great job in stopping the swing on that front giant. Notice the rings are completely steady.
Beautifully landed double layout. Chris has competed so well so far in this competition.
To the joy of a whole room full of American supporters here. And right now, they are looking at Li Jing on the pommel horse. China, remember, trying to pick up the bronze medal. The Soviet Union is going to win it. Germany, about whom we haven't spoken very much, firmly entrenched in 2nd place. The Americans in a battle with Korea for the 5th position.
Watch this sequence as he travels across the horse.
Scores for Chris Waller, 9-5-5 on the rings.
In order to get big scores, you have to show unusual sequences, take some risks. Oh, just a little bit of a bobble there. Otherwise, a terrific routine.
Li Jing of China, he likes it.
He knew he did a little tap dance on the end of the horse there to keep the rhythm going. No real deduction. And when the judges take a look at all of the difficulty in this exercise, they're going to like it. Look at the body line. Notice how straight his body is. There's the little tap dance. He reached his right hand in to catch his balance, but very few people would catch that minor deduction. That's going to be a great score.
And we'll see. And there it is, 9-9 for Li Jing. That is the highest score we have seen on any apparatus in any rotation so far in the team competition. Li Jing of China, and China right now is sitting pretty.
There are 28 teams in the NFL, over 1,200 players, some good, some better, yet they all share.
And we welcome you back to Indianapolis. These are the 1991 World Gymnastics Championships. Andreas Wecker now, still in the 5th rotation on the high bar. Germany comfortably in 2nd place.
Wecker, by the way, in 1989 earned the title of Sportsman of the Year in East Germany. And since there's no more East Germany, he is the last man to ever win that title. He's got a big move coming up here. It's a double back over the bar. Great. He's going to do it again. Here it comes. And one more release move. Really aggressive style. The crowd loves it.
Watch the style right here. Deep pike, then lifts his head.
All he has left is the triple.
He took it way out. Oh, no. Big deduction there at the end.
He really did kind of sling it forward. He knows it.
Really a shame because he really seemed to be right on the rest of his routine.
You can see right as he releases the bar how far he is traveling away from the bar. There is no way he can get his feet underneath him to make that landing.
And 9-5 the score for Wecker. And how much did he lose on that landing?
Well, 3/4 for sure.
Cheney Humphrey of the United States on the rings.
Talking about powerful athletes. Look at that, a forward roll right to a cross and a pull out to an L. This is certainly one of Cheney's best events. Beautiful work right up to the handstand. Great control of the rings. To dismount.
And a full twisting double back. Excellent routine.
So Cheney Humphrey, in one of his best disciplines, should score well for the United States.
Really is amazing the strength that he shows on this routine, and also keeping the rings so perfectly still.
The dismount is actually a full in pike backflip out, a full in the first flip, and there's a pike backflip in the second flip. Makes it easily.
So the score for Cheney Humphrey, 9-7-5. He's got to like that. Meanwhile, the Chinese, who, as we mentioned, are closing in very quickly on the Japanese for the bronze medal. Guolin Yao.
Keep in mind now, the Chinese, like any other team in the competition, saved their best for last. We saw Li Jing get a 9-9 just a moment ago. Guolin Yao is even a little longer in body line. Beautiful form. Oh, very difficult sequence over the pommel. This is an incredibly difficult sequence to do at the end of the routine when you're tired. And up to handstand. Wow.
As a matter of fact, Guolin Yao.
They have been amazing on these last two events, the floor exercise and pommel horse.
While the Japanese are struggling, the Chinese are just really pouring it on.
Yeah, they are really on a roll right now.
When you talk about elevation over the pommels, look at how high his hips are as he reaches all the way from one end across to the other end. As you mentioned, Kathy, their moves are just so big.
It's what we call amplitude in gymnastics. The bigness of a skill, the height above the horse.
So for Guolin Yao, 9-8-7-5. Not quite up to that of Li Jing. Not bad.
From coast to coast Dodge